Hey viewers, welcome to another game of the Casual Pro Gamer. This is game number 3 of the best of 3 between Strelock as the Terran in the bottom left once again and GosWser as the Zerg in the top right once again. So pretty much the same setup as in the previous game, and we are going to see who takes it all because this is, as I said, the game number 3 of a best of 3. So it's all to play for right here in this game. So both of them taking one game, and yeah, pretty spectacular games so far. They have been very good and yeah, very unexpected sometimes. But yeah, great tech switch in the last game, of course, grabbing the win with that. And the first game was just yeah, an insane comeback, to be honest. I did not expect that comeback to be possible. Anyhow, we are going to see a supply depot here, and we're going to see an overlord here, and then just continuing on to produce those workers, because workers are of course all important in the early game. Well, otherwise you're never going to get to the late game, so you either can go for workers or you can go for an early spawning pool and try to six pool them. But yeah, that is most of the time not very successful. But well, this is a relatively small map, so it could have been done. It's just not very likely to actually succeed or do enough damage, rather, to make it worth it. Sorry, I'm having some hiccups here. I don't know why. Anyhow, the hatchery is going to go down. So early hatchery before spawning pool, as you can see. And the spawning pool will come up afterwards. He will be building like 2 Zerglings to actually defend his base. There's the spawning pool. And with that, not actually producing, yeah, it took him a while to produce those drones. And of course, every second you waste on that is a little bit of minerals gone. Because it only takes the drones, like, I don't know exactly, but something like 5 seconds to grab the minerals. And yeah, that of course is something that is really crappy if you lose some seconds there, because yeah, it would be 1/5 of the minerals, which means 1 mineral every second you fail. And he failed, or every second you wait, and he waited for like 5 seconds there total, and then on the one, and 1 second I think on the other. So yeah, could have had 6 more minerals, man. Now that's of course it doesn't matter for one drone, but you can see the amount of drones that you build is like 100 in total. So you could have then like 250 more minerals, which is a big deal. If you yeah, if you forget to build those, so if you kind of either forget to build or just are too slow to build, then yeah, you can lose quite a few minerals, and especially in the early game, that makes a big difference. But yeah, for now, because this is not a mirror matchup, it doesn't matter too much. We are going to see a bunker in the front. The bunker is going to probably get its fourth marine in there. No, it's actually just going to get 3 marines, and that's it. 3 marines only. So yeah, the second the second Zergling did get out. The first one got sniped. I was wondering, oh, this was what was here. Okay, there you go. So yeah, the reactor is going to go on the factory, and the factory is actually going to produce either Hellions, which is the offensive unit, or the spider mines, which is the defensive unit. He feels that, well, he's in a good state here. I mean, there's not a whole lot of aggression coming out, so yeah, he can go for the offensive units. Of course, the Hellions can also defend pretty nicely, but they're not nearly as good at defending as the Widow Mines can be. It's just the Widow Mines are kind of unpredictable, and the Hellions are perfectly predictable. So that is why we normally see people go for those Hellions. Although the Widow Mines are also very popular. There you go, Widow Mines afterwards. Widow Mines, of course, a little bit more expensive because they have 25 gas in them. And yeah, that is kind of the way it is. The gas makes for more potent units So either adding splash damage or just, well, general tougher units, either harder to kill or, well, bigger damage, things like that. And we are going to take out a few creep tumors here. Only one it seems though, because these are already built. They are hidden. For us, of course, nothing is hidden. We can see everything. So yeah, the Hellions just sitting there, just not doing anything. It's they're waiting here for, well, more Hellions to show up. And yeah, there are the more Hellions, but yeah, the more Hellions were actually, oh, it's not Hellions, it is Widow Mines. Yep, there you go, the Widow Mine picking off one guy, and this Widow Mine picking off one guy, and they're going to be loaded up again. Oh no, he did not get that second one. He only got one of them, and the Queen is going to try to take out this dropship or medevac. And is it going to manage to do so? Oh no, it gets out. Speed boost and out of here. So there you go. We have some damage done, at least 2 workers killed. And that was a good trade. 3 workers killed actually. 3 workers killed. Yeah, 2 of them I think by the Widow Mines. But trading 1 Widow Mine, which is 100 minerals, for 2 drones, which is 100 minerals as well, is a good trade. Or 100 resources, I should say. So it's 100 resources for 100 resources, but, well, obviously workers are worth way more in the beginning, because you have a limited amount of workers that you can produce. And so, well, with that limited amount, you can actually make sure that your opponent cannot farm as much as you can. And yeah, that is of course worth way more than just, well, the price of the unit. So anyhow, as you can see, we are still producing some nice units. We have some nice setup. We are going to go into Spire here. The Spire is coming up. I don't know if the Terran player actually saw that. Let us see. No, he did not see that. He saw a building that was over here, but I can obviously not see which building that is. So yeah, there's that. But well, there are going to be, so maybe there was kind of a distracting building. So building a building that, like a roach warren. That could have been it. The roach warren is not up. So if he built a roach warren right in front of the Terran player, the Terran will actually build against the roaches, and he will now have to, which is mainly tanks, and he will now have to deal with Mutalisks coming out. And Mutalisks are of course way harder to deal with than roaches if you're not prepared, because roaches can be shot down by just about anything, preferably tanks, but also any other unit will do. Of course, these guys, they fly, so it's kind of hard to go up against. And what is in here that could actually shoot this? Oh, it's just the Vikings. And the Vikings are going to do very well. Yeah, sniping off one of them. And there was a, well, 3 units killed. 3 SCVs have gone down in total. I don't know if there was 3 by this flock of Mutalisks. We will have to see. We have some swarm hosts coming out. 4 swarm hosts, and they are going to defend this base, I believe. And with that, yeah, well, if you have enough swarm hosts and you can defend them, wow, it's actually a lot of them. Holy crap. A little bit of a pause going on. 8 swarm hosts now, which means that we're going to get a bunch of these locusts out. 16 locusts every time that spawns, and wow, we're getting more of them. The only thing is, you need to protect them, and well, what protects them? If you can prevent the enemy units from scouting them, but against Terran that is impossible because they have scans on their orbital commands. And of course, with their orbital commands, yeah, as long as you don't destroy all of them, they're going to be able to do that scan. Well, we have 2 Thors out against the Mutalisks, but the Mutalisks are no longer the biggest threat. So you can't prevent the the scouting. They will always get detected. The thing is, that is not the only thing. You can also prevent the enemy units from going in on this. And wow, we're actually getting some damage done with them. Wow, that was unexpected, because normally, of course, swarm hosts, they're just kind of taken down before they can do damage. But here you can see that he's actually taking down units with those locusts. And wow, this SCV is actually going to make it out. He may actually be going for an additional base build or something like that. I'm not actually sure. So yeah, the locusts, yeah, you're going to have to defend against those. Whether you want to or not, they're going to do damage, and you definitely want to take them out. So another unit killed, this time a Widow Mine, which is not a big deal. But, well, it is something to think about. Every time you come close to the enemy units and can do some damage, that would be good enough. Another unit dies there. And now he's going to move out. He has the detection because he's going to scan this. And oh, all of the swarm hosts try to run out. Oh, the locusts spawn just in time. And yeah, the swarm hosts are going to make it out. There you go with the Vipers. I wonder if the Vipers can... no, you actually get the buildings now. So I was wondering whether they could actually eat the small thingies here. Oh, nicely done! Oh, that was so well done. Of course, the abduct here is not used very often because it's considered not to be a very strong ability. But if you can get things like siege tanks and Thors in the range of your swarm host, that is such a good combination of units. Okay, he is losing quite a few Zerg, quite a few air units there. And are we going to scout these guys? Yeah, the scan goes off, as you can see, and he's going to have to retreat with his swarm hosts. The swarm hosts are going to be safe over here though. Another scout goes down, or another scan goes down. But all of the swarm hosts still full health, except for this one. It was a little bit damaged, but not very severely. And wow, just the Vipers, yeah, they haven't really been used to great effect, but that doesn't mean they're useless. I mean, people have been using them like this in several compositions. So kind of composition with the swarm hosts, which generate, of course, a bunch of free units, which are really hard to deal with. But what you can just do is stand back, and that of course is something that you cannot do, or can prevent rather, with the Vipers. So the Vipers actually help you out with the targeting there. And oh my god, why would you run into those Thors? Yeah, he did get all of the anti-air units there, so the Vipers can now do their thing and kind of, well, do whatever the hell they want. And we are going to try to get some damage done with these locusts. The locusts are going to take out the SCVs and such. Oh, this is so good. Oh my god, so much of them went down. And yeah, the Terran player realizes, I need to move in there. I need to go in there and do some damage. Obviously, the Thors are going to be the main target here, the priority target, because they can target the Vipers, and then afterwards we can target the tanks with the Vipers, and they will just get abducted and just get killed. So yeah, this bunch of armor here, so a bunch of tanks and Thor are just going to move into this base, take out this base, and really leave nothing behind except for a smoldering pile of crap. So we are going to take out one of the tanks at least. So, wow. Oh, that is such a shame. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, I don't know if I can show you. I don't know what the messages are. I know there is a way to show the messages, but yeah, well, you could see it pretty much. Yeah, he had some personal problems. Strelock, which is our blue player here, who was not out of this match. Don't kid yourself into thinking that that was the end of the match, because this was the Zerg player was ahead. I mean, I'm not saying that, but he just took out the base, and he was definitely on his way to, well, just establishing a new defensive line, and all he needed to do was build some air-to-ground units or something like that to deal with these guys, or more air units to defeat their air units first, or, well, who knows, something to deal with these. And it was, yeah, it's very unfortunate. He had to surrender for some reason. We're not going to know which reason that is, but that was very, very unfortunate. Yeah, an interesting match nonetheless. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. GG.